DJDUBL.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is an amazing day for UK rap and the UK music industry. We've got so much brand new music that has dropped today, including 3 very incredible projects, one of which we're going to be reviewing in today's video, which of course, if you're watching this right now, you already know which one it is. Fredo's brand new album, Money Can't Buy Happiness, is out today. Highly anticipated. When we get to the conversation in December about influential albums and albums of the year, I think this one, even though we're in January right now, is still going to be part of the conversation at the end of the year. So this is exciting times. I've been looking forward to today all week, I'm not going to lie. So, Money Can't Buy Happiness is the name of Fredo's album. We're going through it right now. In case this is your first time watching a DJDUBL review, what we do on the channel here is we listen through the music together and then we can discuss what we listen to, how we feel about the music. The way we do it, in the description, there's a link to the streaming platforms where you can hear the album. Load up the album, then get on the video. When you see this symbol right here pop up on this video, press pause, go over to the streaming site and listen to the song in question that we're going to be talking about. Have a listen all the way through. As soon as you get all the way through the song, come back to this video, press play, and then I'll give you my opinion on the track. What you can also do if you're watching this live is hit the comments in that box right there. Or if you're not watching this in the live version, hit the comments section below the video. Let me know your favorite tracks, if you value my opinion on it, if you think I'm talking absolute trash, and anything else you feel like putting in the comment section. So, Fredo, Money Can't Buy Happiness, that's the name of the album. We've got 11 tracks to get through. This is a highly anticipated This is a highly anticipated project, so I'm excited for this. Let's get into it right now. A couple things worth mentioning about the project before we get started is obviously it's Fredo's second studio album. There's only 4 features on the whole album. Most of it is just Fredo himself. And one of the most exciting factors about it for me before we get started is that the whole project was executive produced by Dave, the rapper Dave, who got a #1 with Fredo on Funky Friday, that Dave. In case you didn't know all of that information, there you go, you've got it now. We're gonna jump straight in right now with track #1 called Biggest Mistake. I'm excited to hear this. What more can I say? Let's go.
Remember the first wedding, filled up with hype and I still remember the first wedding, filled up with hype and adrenaline.
Bro, I feel like standing up and giving this guy a round of applause already. Let's say big ups to Arcs Beats for the production on the beat. Very, very sick instrumental, like the piano side of it. When you hear a piano on a rap like that, when you hear that kind of instrumental, the best way to describe it is it's a rapper talking their truths, giving their pain out on there. I can see why Fredo chose that instrumental to set the mood for that song. If I was a rapper and I heard that instrumental, that's probably the type of music I'd make. You can definitely hear Dave's touch on there, and by that I mean there's a skit at the end, like a voice sample. I don't know where it's from, I haven't looked that up yet. Very reminiscent of Dave's psychodrama. In between some of the tracks you hear like a therapy session with a psychiatrist. That was a very Dave touch, definitely. In terms of what Fredo did on that, what an amazing way to start the album. There was a lot of information, a lot of bars. Now, I can't even pretend to say that I caught every single line in that song. Like, I'm going to need to listen to it again and again. And it definitely feels like one of the songs that when I hear it next time, I'm going to hear another thing that I didn't hear just now. And the time after that, I might catch another line. There was a lot said. He switched the flow up during the song, which I thought was sick, because up to this point, Fredo is an artist that when you see he's going to be on a song, you know what it's going to sound like. You know the flows, you know what he's going to come with, really. But that is another level. That's a deeper level of Fredo. So great introduction. I'm going to need to hear it a couple more times, I think, before I've got the full impact of that song. The way music is so disposable these days, you don't have songs like that very much. There kind of seem to be a lot of throwaway songs. I don't remember the last time I've heard a song and thought, I'm going to need to hear that again a couple times before I've got the full scope of what's going on. Amazing. Great way to start. Track #2 is called Back to Basics, produced by Santan. So this is Dave right here, executive producer of the album, obviously, as I mentioned. But yeah, track number 2, Back to Basics. This is going to be an incredible project. I can feel it already. Last year, he dropped a song called Hickory Dickory Dock, which I have to say was absolute dog shit. It was so bad. Let me put it into perspective, right? It was such a terrible song. Fredo himself said it was crap, and it got removed from all streaming sites. I don't think it even exists on the internet anymore. It was that bad. At that point, I really genuinely thought that Fredo had been lost to the industry. I thought that, now he's a big star. Now he's got his number 1. He did I Caramba with Young T and Bugsy, which I liked, by the way. I thought was a hot track, and it worked in the clubs. I thought he was too far gone. He's gone away from road rap, and now he's gone into the industry pop world, where basically they need to force out catchy tracks, and Hickory Dickory Dock was born. What a pile of shit that song was. This already sounds like the kind of music that Fredo wants to be making. Like, I feel because of that moment there last year with that song, he's probably in a place now where he's like, if I don't like the song, it doesn't come out, because he knows he made a mistake with that one. Now what I'm hearing, it sounds like an upgraded version of the Fredo that we knew. Sonically, this is incredible already, and I've just finished track number 2. Santan is a genius. I don't know how much direction he gave Fredo with what to do on the instrumental, because there's no chorus, there's no actual song structure, it's just straight bars, but that's good. For me, that sets the tone for we're getting a rap album here. I'm excited to hear more, definitely. Track number 3, that was a good one. Again, produced by Santan and Kyle Evans. So for me, that was definitely more of an album filler type song. One to just kind of make up the numbers. Wasn't a bad record, but really, like, Fredo's not saying much. Like, I didn't take anything new away from the track. The instrumental was good. It didn't blow me away, but it definitely was far from being a bad instrumental. One thing that it did make me think is there was like a melodic part in there that, after my comments of saying that Fredo's doing just what he wants, maybe he was kind of instructed, right, put this bit in to break up the verses. Didn't sound right for him, just the melodic part. And it's making me think now that Fredo's a good rapper, but maybe he's not a great songwriter. Like, maybe he lacks the ability to create a good hook or chorus. As we go through the track list, we're going to find out whether or not he can do a good chorus. Track number 4, featuring Summer Walker. So this is one of 2 US collaborations on the project. It's called Ready, and it's produced by Mo Jam. There's so much to unpack about this song. So first of all, the feature, Summer Walker, massive US R&B singer. In case you don't know, she's absolutely huge. One of the biggest names in R&B right now. I don't know if she was suitable for the track. So I'm wondering, was she a feature on the track just to get attention from the American market? Because obviously this one particular song will now show up on her streaming platforms. It will potentially bring interest from the American market to the album. But was she the right choice for that song? I don't know. I'm a fan of Summer Walker. I think she sings incredibly, but I think that wasn't a good example of her doing the best that she could do. What this song could have also been, it could have been a platform for a lesser known UK singer to get noticed, in the same way that J Hus did with ICTGM on his album by putting her on. She's an unknown artist that suddenly has the spotlight on her because she's on Big J Hus's album. I feel like this song could have done with that, having an unknown or lesser known UK singer. I feel like the only reason Summer Walker was there was to create that bridge between the UK market and the US market and bring the US listeners in. That's my thoughts there. In terms of the beat, production was good. It featured the classic sample, which a lot of people will recognise from the Fugees, Ready or Not. Was also used for Mario Winans' I Don't Wanna Know, which was a big R&B hit in the early 2000s. And I think the original track was like an 80s song by an artist called Enya. I can't remember the name of it, but if you do your Googles, you'll be able to find it out if you care. Classic sample has been used several times. The production and beat around it was good. Didn't put me off at all. Now, in terms of what Fredo did on this, a lot of people have criticism for rappers talking about their past and crimes and things like that and say that they're glamorizing what they do. What Fredo's doing in this song is the opposite of glamorizing it. There's one line that did stick out to me as well. He says, "It's funny, where I'm from, guns are pressing a lot, but if you're from here in life, you have less of a shot." If that's not good wordplay, show me what is. He talks about friends that have passed away, talking about people that have gone to prison. There's hardships in the song as well. I quite like the fact that he took this stance on it, because it would have been very easy to try and use the sample and the beat and try and make something that would be a club hit maybe, or something that would be more popular in the mainstream. But nah, he's done the opposite. He's gone in with the raps, and there's some bragging in there, but a lot of it is kind of pain rap, really. The familiarity of the sample is going to make the UK rap side of it a lot more listener friendly to the US market that might migrate over because of Summer Walker. So this is track number 5. It's called Money Talks, featuring Dave, produced by Santan, which, in case you're confused, is the same person. And I'm excited to hear it. What more can I say? Dave loves the piano, doesn't he? I love that. I kind of expected this from the track. I expected it to be Funky Friday 2.0 with an upgrade, and I feel like that's what we got given. Dave and Fredo have great chemistry on a track together. The way that it's formulated, the way that it's put together, it wasn't a standard structure. We're seeing this more with UK rap as well. It was like an experimental structure of putting a song together. It wasn't bar for bar. It wasn't 16 bars each. It wasn't a chorus and then Dave doing a feature verse 3/4 of the way through. It was very unstructured in a structured way. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I know what I mean. Yeah, and in terms of the beat, I liked it. I liked the tempo as well. One amazing thing about Fredo, Dave does this as well actually. They both have amazing clarity in their voices, like their recording styles and their flows. There's not one word that you miss. Everything seems to be pronounced and very, very clear. I like the song. I think that was a good place to have it in the album as well, because it felt like a slower tempo, but didn't feel like it slowed the album down. I'm not bored, and I am excited to hear what's coming next. So, talking of what's coming next, we're going to get into track number 6, produced by MJ Productions. It's called Do You Right.
I wanna do you right. What should we do tonight? Where should we go? I don't know. I'll let you choose the.
That's another good track. It feels a little bit experimental from Fredo. It's definitely on the more auto-tune, melodic vibe, but the lyrics were still there to back it up. It wasn't just a kind of monotonous, just what you might call like a wavy song all the way through. Like, he was actually saying things. Nice to hear Fredo sounding a bit different on the track as well. Like, I do like Fredo's style, I do like his flows, but it's actually nice that sonically this was completely switched up. Some of the stuff he does say in here, I don't know how he gets away with saying some of this stuff, especially if he's got a missus, because there's questionable lines in there about all sorts of girls. I don't know if it's going to get him in trouble or if he's just able to say that this is rap. But actually, going back to some of the other lines in the album as well, he's quite descriptive in some of the lines on some of the tracks. I'm surprised to hear a UK rapper be that descriptive about it, because there's cases in America. In fact, there's cases in the UK as well more recently where artists have been locked up for certain details of a crime that they've put into their verses. It's not the first time, wouldn't be the last time. So I am surprised in other songs, not this one, but in other songs earlier in the album, that we've heard more descriptive lines from an artist this big. The next track's very highly anticipated song, featuring Young Ads, who is half of D Block Europe, of course, and Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. This one was teased massively when the two of them were in the studio together. There's a lot of video footage, there's a lot of stuff and online content from Fredo and Pop Smoke being together and working together. This song hasn't leaked, it hasn't been out until the drop of the album, so I'm excited to hear what we get from this. It could be that drill sound that we know Pop Smoke for. It could be a pure auto-tune track with Young Ads leading the way and a D Block Europe signing song. There's 3 different types of artists coming together on this track. You've got a rapper, well, 2 rappers, of course. Well, actually 3 rappers, because Young Ads is a rapper, but I'm expecting Ads to do the auto-tune vibe as he so commonly does. Even though, we'll just add, he has announced a full proper rap album coming without auto-tune, and you best believe we're going to be reviewing it right here. Back to the point, 3 rappers, even though Pop Smoke was predominantly drill before his album. Fredo is obviously a UK rapper, but can slide on drill pretty well, and Young Ads. There's several things that this song could be. Good is definitely going to be one of them. I think at the end of this track, I'm going to be very happy with what I hear. I just don't know what to expect. What's amazing about that song is that was everything that I said it could have been. I said there was potentials of what it might be, and I named some things, and that basically was everything. You had Young Ads leading the way on the hook, but then straight after him on the hook, Pop Smoke comes in with the same style, the same auto-tune singing, basically. And yeah, I really like that. I can't remember the last time I've heard a song with a chorus like this, where 3 such big artists all do their section of the chorus like that. I don't remember the last time I heard a song like that. I'm struggling at the moment to think if that song would fit in a club, only because the clubs have been shut for almost a year now, and I can't really remember what it's like being in a club. in a club. Potentially that might have club written on it. In terms of playability, that's definitely a song that could be played again. Where I would fix it, it would have been nice to have a longer verse from Pop Smoke. I'm interested to know the story behind making this track, because whether Pop Smoke came down, just laid quick vocals and that was it, and they were going to make it properly at another time. I don't know if they were going to kind of top the record up. I'd love to know the story behind this whole track. That's in my top 2 of songs on the album so far. It's track number 7. It's called Burner on Deck. Next up, this track is track number 8, produced by Kirk Beats. No features. That, by the way, is all the features done on the album. This one's called I Miss. This is a song that's good, but when I'm hearing it, I just don't know where else it fits other than the album. So I'm kind of inclined to call it an album filler. I sort of lost focus of the song a little bit, if I'm being entirely honest. The chorus on the song almost backs up my theory about Fredo not being great at choruses. Now I'm saying that it made my mind wander. I think maybe I need to listen to the song again to catch more lines and actually listen to more of the words. Maybe on a second listen, I might be a little less harsh on it and calling it an album filler. It was okay. It was an okay song. It's very interesting to hear him talk about the things that he misses. He misses when drugs were cheaper. He misses when guns didn't cost as much. He misses his friends in jail. That one's clearly understandable. But there's a lot of stuff that he talks about that he misses. If it was me, I wouldn't say I miss that stuff. There's the lines, I miss getting lost in the street. I miss all them times I slacked. Like, I miss going so hard in the war. Like, he's talking about all of this kind of stuff. Like, that's not really stuff that you think anyone would miss. You think they would be happy to get away from it. So that side of it's quite interesting. The one line that did stand out to me on this track, the Lambo is fucking intense. If you're broke, just leave it alone. It costs you like 10 for a couple of dents. Talking about obviously £10,000 to get a few dents repaired on a Lamborghini. I can't relate to that at all, but I heard the line. I feel it. I feel you, bro. So track number 9 is called Blood in My Eyes. Produced again by Santan. musically, Dave just brings so much more to a record. Like, one thing you'll notice about Dave's style, the artist on the track might stop, the instrumental keeps going, and in fact it doesn't just keep going, it gets added to. There's more elements coming in. Like, musically, Dave is so musically orientated, which sounds like a wild thing to say because he's obviously a musician, but he's so much more than a rapper. I don't want to take away from what Fredo's doing on the album, but Dave's production and executive production on this whole project is just adding so many more layers and just leveling up the album beyond what it already is. I like Fredo's openness in this. He talks about the birth of his daughter and certain elements about his daughter, his daughter's mum, things like this, his relationships. I do like it when an artist who is generally known for spitting greasiness, I like it when they kind of open up and let that personal side of it in. It lets you know more about them as a person, especially someone like Fredo who's not out there doing interviews, and you can't really gauge a certain personality of his other than when you see him on IG Live. But even then, you don't know if that's the real Fredo, if that's just Instagram Fredo. I'm enjoying hearing him rap on this track because I'm learning more about him, stuff that I didn't know. The chorus at the end was good. So this is going against my theory about him not being good at choruses or not enjoying choruses. The only thing is, there's only one, and it's just at the end of a really long verse and just before a huge instrumental section of the song, which then leads it out to the end. I feel like the first verse could have been broken up a little bit more, thrown the chorus in there, and then had a second verse with another chorus, or maybe had a bit more of a conventional song structure there. All in all, I like that song, and I think that song is vital to the album. It's in a great place in the album as well, but it's definitely vital because that shows personal side of Fredo. So that's what we want from an album, basically. Track number 10 is called Aunt's Place, produced by Dukas, my guy Dukas. Dukas is a fundamental part of the UK music scene, which I've mentioned many, many times on the channel. And we've got a great lockdown interview with Dukas on the channel, so go and check out the lockdown interviews playlist. That was a shameless plug. Track number 10 is called Aunt's Place.
The cloth for the ends. What was Fredo like wearing that? Where the cut from the cloth for the ends. You could
That song is perfect for this album. The placement of that song in the arrangement as well is spot on, and that's because it's a more upbeat song. The beat bang, shouts to Dukas. The choruses were there, so I want to just touch on this. I've said through this whole review that Fredo's not very good at writing choruses, or he just doesn't like doing it. That there is the perfect structure for a song that was missing from the album up to now. That's what I wanted to hear. Although that song was talking on some serious topics, he mentions he got kicked out of the house and had to go and live with his mum. He mentioned he's throwing guns out the window during car chases. He's talking all sorts on there, but it was an easy song to listen to, if that makes sense. We've reached the end of the project. What Can I Say is the name of the last song, produced by the Beat Freaks, who are very, very prominent in the UK scene. They've had some very successful records in the charts. Some of your favourite club records will be produced by the Beat Freaks, as well as some of the hardest UK rap tunes as well. So this could be anything from a club song to just straight bars of pain. It could be anything in between. No features, just Fredo for 3.5 minutes. Produced by the Beat Freaks. This is the last thing on the album. Let's see what happens. That's a powerful way to end the album. What Can I Say? And it's called What Can I Say? That was basically an ode to his friends that are passed away. That right there is like a diary entry. I felt his pain. Like, he's so descriptive with it. He's talking in such detail. The first verse was for a guy called Billy the Kid. The second verse was aimed at a guy called Muscle, clearly a very close friend of Fredo's. It was, just a deep and touching song. The thing I like about these songs, when the artists are so open, I don't enjoy hearing the pain, but I do enjoy the realness. I enjoy listening to the honesty, and especially shouts to Beat Freaks as well, because that was so unexpected with the beat. It was very, very musical piece and just fitted the mood perfectly. So everything about that song, as sad as it is to hear him rap about these things, was the perfect way to end the album. It shows that he's got to a certain level, but it hasn't been without pain. It's been a struggle for him. Like this, that much is clear. Great way to end the album. And so we have reached the end of the review for Fredo's Money Can't Buy Happiness album. What a banging project. Like this, as I say, has really shown the growth and the fact that Fredo's leveled up musically. He's still the same artist, but what he's done right there is a little bit of experimentation, I guess maturing as an artist and growing into the scene and becoming that new level. Like he's reaching that new tier in the top run-ins. When people are talking about who are some of the best UK rappers right now, Fredo's name absolutely has to be in the conversation. With his last album, Third Avenue, it was good. It wasn't good enough to make me consider him one of the best that we have right now. Whereas this album, I've heard the pain, I've listened through the stories, and the way he's articulating himself, as I say, in my opinion, has leveled him up. I'm really interested to know how much of that was because Dave has given him a push, being the executive producer. Quite interested to know that. But regardless of who it was, it doesn't matter whose fault it was, who was in charge of the album, fact remains that Fredo is the prominent artist on the album. It's his album. This is definitely going to be a contender for album of the year. And I really hope this album goes to #1 for his sake. If Heady One can do it, Fredo can definitely do it with this album. Incredible project. An absolute push. If I had to criticise it, I would have said it could have benefited from another club joint like I Caramba, just having that in there so that there is a song from the album for the clubs. But really in this day and age, in the middle of a global pandemic where all of the clubs in the UK are completely shut down, why do we need club bangers? That's the other side of that argument. Make sure you go and stream the hell out of that if you haven't been doing that while we've been doing the review. The link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is DJDUBL. As I said, there is loads of brand new music that's just dropped today. There's going to be more reviews dropping in the next week. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's DJDUBLTV on YouTube. Click the subscribe button down there. Join the family and watch out for the next review. Also got mixes dropping on the channel now. Got some very, very sick interviews on the way. More content than you know what to do with. So yeah, we're working hard this year. I'm working hard this year. There's no one else here. It's just me. So my name is DJDUBL. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for your ears. Thank you for your opinion if you hit me up in the comments. Until the next time, peace.